What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. Today's video recap time of England versus France. That just took place a couple of minutes or about an hour ago. Epic game, truly dominant performance from England. They are really showing their class, that they are back ready to fight to be Six Nations champions and to show the world that they are back in contention for being talked about in the Rugby World Cup, and rightly so. They had an absolutely incredible game, total dominance. I don't know what the heck went wrong with France, but they were looking appalling. I mean, I thought Nigel Owens had a good game. Yes, there was the odd call penalty try. Don't think that was ready. I don't think Ashton would have got it, but it's happened, it's done. It wouldn't have changed the result at all of the game. England were just on absolute fire, showing the world that they are here to stay. Credit to Eddie Jones. He's really taken England and bounced them back, brought them back down to earth, and they're playing talented competitive rugby again, which is fantastic for England. If we look at Owen Farrell, I think as a leader he's done well, and also remembering that they didn't have Mara Atoje, that out with Hartley. I mean, there's injuries in this England squad, yet they are still capable of doing fantastic things like playing great rugby, winning today, which was absolutely amazing, beating Ireland last week, which is also amazing for England. So we're seeing a lot of improvement from the English, and they really are showing up with pure talent. Second half was a bit quiet, not as many points, but I also think England thought, you know what, we've got a bonus point, let's not overkill it, let's not push ourselves too much, prevent injuries and all that jazz, let's just take it easy. France, had their moments in the second half, but they just couldn't capitalise. They get the ball and they lose the ball, make silly passes, knock-ons. It just was a sloppy performance. They really need to go back to the drawing board and figure out what's going on, what can they do to improve and get better, because again, like I've said, they've got a good team. They've got quality. I mean, Bastarad is brilliant at what he does. I mean, there's pure class in that squad, but they just don't seem to be connecting. And I thought there was hope for them at the start of the Welsh game, but then they just lost it at the end. And I think I said in the predictions video that I would have expected the French to start off strong and be dominant and then maybe fade out at the second half. But jeepers, they faded from the start. It just wasn't a hot performance from the French. And you could say maybe that penalty try got them down, but I think that's bollocks. I think it's just they weren't looking good at all. It was just a strong, solid performance from England. I mean, Jonny May, hat-trick, second minute try, 24th minute, then the 29th minute, 3 tries, amazing stuff. Jonny May is really looking good for England. I mean, Henry Slade getting one, Owen Farrell, then that penalty try. I mean, great stuff from them. Farrell getting a 71 kicking percentage, which isn't bad. Getting some points over Damian Penaud, getting the only try for France. So really, they need to go back to the drawing board and figure out what's going on, because they look rattled and lost. They just didn't seem to gel at all. They were looking also tired and out of it. Big hits too, which they didn't seem to shake off. They looked, I mean, it was an unfortunate game for France. They just really weren't looking strong at all, and I think a lot of work needs to be done in order for them to get better. I mean, at the rate we saw Italy play Wales last night, I was very impressed. Watch out, the Italians could give a scare and maybe beat the French. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but it could. They need to really shake things up and work on their game, because it's just not good at the moment. I really thought that this would be the year we were going to see France be the competitive side. Look, they might be shocking in the Six Nations or bounce back the next game or so, but hey, for the World Cup, maybe they'll shock us and become automatic favourites, because we know they're competitive here. But what I'm seeing, what I saw tonight, was not pretty. It wasn't good, and a lot of work needs to be done in order for them to be competitive again. So I'm hoping for their sake that they can bounce back and show a bit more strength, but it's going to be tough. I mean, you've got Scotland coming up, you've got Italy, Yeah, and then Ireland. So it's not easy, but don't count out Scotland and don't count out the Italians, especially after what we saw yesterday against Wales. So I'm disappointed for France, but again, all the credit in the world to England. I thought it was a solid performance from this team. And like I said, Eddie Jones, take a bow. He's really transformed this team. He's talked the talk and he's walked it, which has been impressive. I won't chirp if you can walk it as well, but I thought solid performance from them. If we look at some of the stats, 5 tries versus the 1 only try, so pretty impressive stuff. Like I said, they seemed to calm it down in the second half, but I think that was a plan on, so they didn't have to overdo themselves. They got the bonus point, they got the points, they're back to the top. So I mean, really, I would have done the same thing. If we look at meters run, 425 versus 591 meters run to France. So they had more there, which was very interesting. Possession, and this is where the stats don't always go with the victory. I mean, possession, 53% of the ball the French had. And territory, okay, that was 46, but still not far off. Very close in both aspects of the game, but yet the scoreboard says something totally different, which I find absolutely amazing. I mean, first half, 63% of the ball to the English. Listen to the second half, 34% of the possession to England. I mean, and the French at 66% percentage of the possession. So they had the ball, but they could not capitalize. They could not get the points. They were there for their certain opportunities, but they couldn't capitalize. And again, like Scotland, they have the opportunities, but they just can't go that extra mile in order to score the points needed to get them the result for a victory. I mean, it confuses the hell out of me. South Africa do it too. It absolutely drives me mad when you're on the try line and you just can't go that extra mile in order to score a try. That's why the All Blacks are just so good at what they do. It's because 80% of the time they're on that try line and they're going to score, and that's why they're the world's best. But disappointing but interesting. Territory and possession were both won in the second half by France, but yet they couldn't score the points. Clean breaks, 9 versus 12 to France. Defenders beaten 31 to France versus 16 to England. Offloads, 24 offloads to France, 9 to England. I mean, Rucks won, both had 97%, which is quite impressive. Mauls 100% there. Turnovers conceded, 21 to France and 17 to England. Very, very, very interesting. France lost 1 scrum, but England 100%. They were totally dominant, and then 83% with lineouts, 10-1 of the 12, and then 9 of the 12 to France. So interesting there. If we look at the tackling from the defending side, 83%, 148 to always successful of 179 to England, and 94 successful tackles to 110. They're going to want to look at maybe pushing that up to 90%. Penalties, again, another game with not many penalties. Yes, yellow card, but 4 to 6, 6 to France. So interesting stats there. Again, moments where the French look like they could do something, but then they just can't capitalize. And that was the second half. I mean, they have the ball for so much in that second half, and they can't do anything. But credit to the defence of the English. That's why they didn't score points, so well done to England. And the attacking for England was just outstanding. I mean, Jonny May, take a bow. Definitely man of the match performance, scoring 3 tries. Another hat-trick in the Six Nations, which is quite exciting. We've got Blair now. Jonny May. I mean, May is looking really good. And I see the fun memes are already going out for him. So interesting stuff. Great performance from England. Good to see them bouncing back and showing some quality skill level, and great rugby to watch from the English. And I think the fans will be quite proud of their team. I thought that it was outstanding what England did and what they are showing and how they're improving. I think it's just absolutely magnificent. So that's going to do it for today's video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Well done, England. Take a bow. Celebrate hard. It is Sunday, but still, great victory. I'm sure you guys are going to be clapping a few pints tonight. France, go back to the drawing board, lift yourselves up, forget about this result, focus on your next contenders, and hopefully you can pick up some strength from this. But a lot of work needs to be done in order for them to be competitive and show real quality French rugby like we know. I mean, they're a great team, but they just need to catch a wake up. But well done, England. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss another video, and turn the bell notifications on. I'll see you real soon for another video. Have a great week, stay safe, and never give up. Cheers.